Hello, my dear. Again, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? You know how this works. So, I just like to remind you it's not an exact science. Sometimes you're going to have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. If it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. It's her show. It's her ball game. She's coming in singing and kind of humming, kind of singing. What the heck is she singing? Now it's "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine," but that's not what she started with. But I didn't quite recognize it. Let's see if I can get ALEXA to say the song. It's Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. A bunch of them that have been coming through lately seem to love that song. Evidently, that song has the words in it that they want to convey to you. So, she was kind of sing-songing, kind of humming. She says life is so much less stressful here. It's everything you can imagine. Everything you could possibly want, all in one package. Not that we don't have to work for things, but not as hard. And it's full of love. She's knocking on something. She's knocking. I don't know if you've heard some tapping. It's like she's knocking on you. Maybe not physical. You might feel some tapping on you. And she's saying, "Let me in." I don't know how long Mom's been gone, but if you have still have extreme grief about her leaving, then that kind of shuts it out. So I don't think it's that you don't feel her as much as the deep griefs. It blocks. It's almost like it puts a wall around you. So if her passing was recent, that is normal. Once your grief subsides a little bit, then it will be easier for you to feel her and hear her and see her and whatever she's going to do. But she's knocking on you, kind of like, let me in, let me in. So give her permission. Literally tell her, and this is up to you. You don't have to. Oh, she just touched my head. She just went thunk on the back of my head. Thunk. Anyway, hang on. We'll get to that. So give her permission. Tell her it's okay. Sometimes I see them standing in the corner of the room at somebody's house because they're afraid to come forward, because they're afraid they'll scare you, because they're not sure they're welcome. There's all types of reasons why. When they hesitate to step forward. So tell her it's okay if that's what you want. It's your free will choice if that's what you want. Let her know and then be ready to accept whatever comes through. But it's like she took her finger and just went thunk, but she did it back here. So she is trying to get your attention. You're just not recognizing it yet. Okay, so some of them have asked me lately to explain this little story. I'll try to be real quick. This little beaded heart. Pulled into a parking place, opened my door, looked down, there it is. I'll make it short. Put it by my computer. A night or two later, I fell asleep on the couch. woke up and there it was laying next to the couch. Now I know the cat put it there, but that doesn't matter how it got there. It's, and I knew who it was from the first time I saw it. It's the unusual. It's because I always ask them to do something unique, butterflies and feathers and things like that. Everybody knows about cardinals. And also, it took me 10 times of going to the cemetery and asking Bob, "Where's my damn sign?" Every single time, a white butterfly would come and circle me and leave. Took me 10 times. That repeated pattern, that repeated thing. And now white butterflies, like I was afraid to go in didn't know whether I should go in somebody's house and get a reading, not give, get. And there was a white butterfly playing right next to the door when I walked up there. There's my sign, go on in. So watch for something that repeats, and it might be something as soft as a white butterfly. That's mine. I'm going to get one tattooed on my ankle. Anyway, so watch for those things. I'm not sure. Something about pots and pans in the kitchen. Pots and pans in the kitchen. Something about them rattling. Something about them, the noise they make when they hit each other. And it's not going to be like a cymbal, where you go crash. Probably not. Never know. Never know exactly for sure what they're going to do or how they're going to do it, or how much energy they can muster to make the sound. And it's usually not when you're in the same room. Usually it's when you're walking out, or you've at least got your back turned. Don't know why. We go to this one house here in town, and we can all be standing in the dining room, and we can hear, all of us will hear the furniture like being drug across the floor right above us. When we go up there, we never hear it. It's just the way it works for some reason. So I think it was your dad that I just did, where he was showing the picture of the two of them. Like, I think I said it was like one of those photographs you would put in the church directory, where they're dressed up, and she's kind of sitting and he's kind of standing. Very, very nicely dressed. Nice picture. They want you to know that they're together. It's funny though, because I don't know whether I even should say this. He's standing there, but his head's not looking towards me or her. His head's looking the other way, and she's sitting there, and her head's looking the other way. They're looking almost opposite directions. I have no idea what that means, but it's kind of being pointed out to me. So, Mom says, "I love you. I love you, dearie. I want to thank you for everything you did for me. I appreciate everything you did. I know I was a little grumpy about some of the stuff. I was just pissed off at my situation. I wasn't mad at you. I want you to make sure, say it again. I want to make sure you know that none of my bitterness or anger or grumpiness was directed towards you, even though I might have taken it out on you at times." And she's talking about towards the end. She was just a little grumpy about end of life, not being able to do things for herself like she wanted to. Just kind of pissed her off, let's say. But she wants you to know how grateful she is. And do not Do not hesitate to, and she didn't say anything. Do not hesitate to what? To throw that baggage out. So if you're hanging on to something about the end of her life, or if you words, if you're hanging on to some of the words that she said that maybe weren't super nice, that you took personally, she's asking you to throw that baggage out because they weren't directed at you personally. She was just kind of lashing out, let's say. And she's afraid that there's some kind of, I don't, she's saying bitter words, but I'm not sure I would say bitter. Harsh. I keep hearing throw the baby out with the bathwater. That means something totally different, doesn't it? Shoot. I don't know why I keep hearing that. But she doesn't want you to hold on to any of that because she didn't mean to be bitter at you. She was bitter at life, at the situation. Does that make sense? I hope. She says yes. As far as she's concerned, it makes sense. I just want to make sure I'm getting her message across the way she wants it. She says, so please let that go. Let that shit go, she says. I don't know if Mom cussed or not, but she just did. Anyway. Please, just please don't hold it against me. And she's making a big deal out of it. Excuse me. Out of this. So, she says it's for your own good. Not mine. I'm fine. There was just some cat that just went walking across. A lighter colored kind of a tiger cat, striped. She said tabby. Are tabbies multicolored? It's more like a tiger stripe cat, light colored. Just kind of went loop right in front of her. So somebody needs to know that the fur baby's up there with them and is just fine. I always ask them for unique signs, and they love the smells and the sounds and stuff because they're easy for them to do. She's showing me toast popping up out of the toaster. So that smell, maybe Mom made you breakfast a lot. Maybe you just made some toast. She might be validating that too. But the smell of the toast coming out of the toaster. You can be in the store, get that little whiff. You can be in the store, outside, in your car. It doesn't matter where you get that smell. You know that that's a sign from Mom. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. The more you let them know that these little signs are from them, the more you'll get. Because they'll keep repeating some of them until you get it. And then you'll start getting different ones and get more. Okay. So she's standing directly behind me, and she's kind of pushing on me. It's very slight. Not everybody feels the energy the same, but this feels kind of like a big bubble. It's a change in the air pressure, and it's kind of pushing on me. It's something that's so slight that you may just not even notice it. So pay attention if around you just feel like something's a little different, like a bubble's pushing on you. Like you might even feel warmth or tingling, or once in a while, everybody feels it different. I'm not sure how you will feel it. Sometimes people just get that full body chill. You just get that, all of a sudden. It could be anything like that. Just believe that it's her. Don't just poo-poo it. It's signs are two-sided. She'll bring it, but you have to accept it. You have to believe it. You have to trust that it's a sign from her, or none of them will work. So it's the little things. And she's got an unusual name, so you could be in Walmart and hear somebody in the next aisle talking about somebody totally different that you don't know, and they could mention Naomi. So that's still a sign from your mom. So she's bringing that up. So pay attention to that. If you hear her name somewhere, they're not going to be talking about her, but it's still a sign. Make sure you acknowledge her. Let her know that you know that's a sign from her. Just dropping in to say I love you, I appreciate you, and I'm thanking you from the bottom of my heart for putting up with me. I know it wasn't always easy, and I feel very blessed to have had you to help me when I needed it. And with that, she's going to leave, and your dad was standing there too. So, but he's already had his say, so he's not saying anything this time, but they're going to leave together. They're still looking opposite ways. I don't know what that means, but they're together. So anyway, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. I know I got far behind with my losing my voice for over a week, and then I was out of town for a little bit. So thank you for being so patient. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones.